Hello everyone. Again I am here to discuss about another kingdom fungi. Fungi are a large group of organisms. They range in size from one-celled yeasts to multicellular large toadstools and puffballs. They play a very important role by being major decomposers necessary for recycling of minerals in the biosphere. Some are parasitic on animals and plants. The study of fungi is called mycology. Characteristics of fungi: except yeast, others are multicellular organisms that are plant-like in appearance. They do not contain chlorophyll, so they cannot prepare their own food. Incapable of photosynthesis. They absorb nutrients from other living organisms or decaying organic matter, so they are parasitic as well as saprophytic. Their bodies are described as thallus-like structure, bag-like structure. Already I told you that mycology is the study of fungi. The cell wall of fungi is made up of chitin. Generally, the cell wall of plants made up of cellulose, but cell wall of fungi is made up of chitin. You can see the fruiting body of a fungus, this one. The body of a fungus is called mycelium. It is a net-like structure, and this mycelium is composed of branched, slender, thread-like structure called hyphae, that is individual. The body is in the form of mycelium and the individual filament is called hypha or plural form hyphae. The correct spelling of hyphae is this one, Hyphae. This is the correct one. Here misprinting is there, so this spelling is wrong and this spelling is correct, Hyphae. Now, the main function of hyphae is to absorb nutrients from the surface. The hyphae are aseptate or septate. This is septate hypha because septa are present. You can see septa or cross walls. It is also known as cross walls. This septa dividing the protoplasm into compartments. You can see this is septa, so it is dividing protoplasm into compartments, and these cross walls or septa generally have a pores. Clear children? In this septa, pores are present at the center and allow the movement of protoplasm between compartments. Means this side of protoplasm can move towards this side through this septa because so many pores are present in the septa. Clear children? And there may be one or two more nuclei which are distributed at more or less regular intervals. What about aseptate hypha? There is no septa. You can see in the figure there is no septa, no cross walls. Clear children? And you can see that so many nuclei are present. Clear? So you can see in aseptate hypha mass of protoplasm containing many nuclei, and due to this it is also called cynocytic. Clear children? This mass of protoplasm containing many nuclei is also called cynocytic. Within the rapidly growing mycelium of parasitic fungi, specialized hyphae called haustoria, this one. If you will take single, then it will be known as haustorium. Haustorium is the singular form and haustoria is plural form. Clear children? And what is the main function of this haustoria? These Haustoria penetrate the host cells. You can see in the figure, this is plant cell. So these Haustoria penetrate the plant cells and rapidly absorb nutrients from there. Clear, children? Next, reproduction. Fungi reproduce by vegetative, asexual and sexual means. First we will take vegetative reproduction. This may take place by fragmentation, fission and budding. In fragmentation, this one, a small fragment of the hypha detached from the parent mycelium and is able to develop into a new individual. In this, we can take example Rhizopus, Mucor, Aspergillus. Now, next one is fission. Already we have discussed in our previous video binary fission. In same way, a cell divide into or split into two daughter cells by constriction and the nucleus divides mitotically along with the formation of a cell wall. Clear, children? Third one is budding. In this process, there is a small outgrowth from the parent cell. You can see in the figure, there is a small outgrowth from the parent cell, and after some time, after few days, this growth, this bud detached from the parent cell and grows into a new individual. After vegetative reproduction, now we will discuss asexual reproduction. The most common method of asexual reproduction in fungi is by the formation of spores. If large number of spores will produce, then greater chances will be there of survival. Spores are produced several times during a season. Spores are more resistant compared to vegetative hyphae, so they enable the fungus to survive during unfavorable conditions also. According to the mode of formation, there are two main kinds of asexual spores in fungi. One is sporangiospores and the another one is conidia. Sporangiospores are produced within sporangia. Singular form is sporangium and plural is sporangia, which in turn develop on sporangiophores. Clear, children? A sporangium is a sac-like structure. You can see in the figure. This is sporangium. It is a sac-like structure bounded by a membranous wall and may be hypha-like, filamentous, flask-shaped. In lower fungi like Pythium, sporangiospores are usually motile. They can move and are known as zoospores. You can see in the figure, this is sporangium and inside zoospores are present. Zoospores means they are motile. But in some other members of fungi, sporangiospores are usually non-motile and are called aplanospores. They are non-motile, and this type of sporangiospores are present in Mucor, Rhizopus, etc. Next one is conidia. Conidia are found in many different groups of fungi, especially in Ascomycetes and Deuteromycetes. In this figure, you can see that spores are present but not in sporangium. Sporangium is not there. So without sporangium, spores are present and these spores are known as conidiospores. Clear, children? In on the tip of hypha, you can see that spores are producing like this. Clear? And each spores are known as conidiospore, and in group it is known as conidia. So you can see that there is no sporangium. Spores are not present inside the sporangium. When I was telling you about sporangiospores, there you saw that in sporangium spores were present. But what about conidia? In conidia there is no sporangium. Clear, children? Directly it is developing on the hypha. After vegetative and asexual reproduction, now we will discuss sexual reproduction. With the exception of Deuteromycetes, sexual reproduction occurs in all groups of fungi. The process of sexual reproduction is completed in the following three distinct phases: plasmogamy, karyogamy, and the third one is meiosis. In fungi, when sexual reproduction takes place, then first cytoplasms of two sex cells or two gametes fuse and their nuclei come close to each other, and then this process is known as plasmogamy. After fusion of cytoplasm, then nuclei of those two sex cells will fuse. Then it is known as karyogamy. Clear? So when nucleus fuse with each other, two nuclei fuse with each other, then it is known as karyogamy. Okay. Now the two nuclei fuse and form a diploid nucleus. Clear, children? One point is very important, that fungi are always haploid, but in karyogamy process the two nuclei fuse and form a diploid nucleus. Clear? So in third step, meiosis, in third step, nuclear fusion is followed by reduction division in the diploid nucleus and haploid stage is re-established. So zygotic meiosis resulting in formation of haploid spores. Clear, children? In this step, diploid convert into haploid. Clear, children? Now there are some sexual processes by which the compatible nuclei are brought together. These are planogametic copulation, gametangial contact, gametangial copulation, spermatization, somatogamy. First we will discuss about planogametic copulation. This involves the fusion of two naked gametes. You can see in this figure, there is fusion of two naked gametes. Is it clear, children? One or both of these gametes are motile. Either one or both will be motile. Motile gametes are known as planogametes. Clear? The planogametic copulation is of three types depending on the nature and structure of the fusing gametes. These three types are isogamy, anisogamy, oogamy. If the fusing gametes are, if two gametes which are going to fuse are morphologically similar, morphologically means their structure, their forms are similar, but physiologically different, means function wise they are different, then they are known as isogamy. Clear, children? And if the fusing gametes are both morphologically and physiologically different, in both conditions they are different, then they are known as anisogamy. Clear? The male gamete is smaller and more active than the female gamete. Clear? Now the third one is oogamy. In this, the female gamete means egg is non-motile and the male gamete, which is also known as anthrozoid, is motile. Clear? Female gamete is non-motile and male gamete is motile. They are formed in specialized gametangia, which is known as oogonium and antheridium respectively. In female it is known as oogonium and in male it is known as antheridium. Clear, children? Gametes are formed in a special type of structure which is known as gametangia. Female gametangium is known as oogonium and male gametangium is known as antheridium. After planogametic copulation, the next one is gametangial contact. Students, as you know that gametes are present inside the gametangia, but in gametangial contact, in this process, gametes are never released from gametangia. Is it clear? But what they do? They are transferred directly from one gametangium into another. Clear? Male and female gametangia, you can see in the figure. This is male gametangium, that is antheridium, and this one is female gametangium, that is oogonium. So male and female gametangia come in contact. You can see in the figure, both are in contact. You can see, and one or more gametes nuclei migrate from the male gametangium to the female gametangium. Clear? The gametangia actually do not fuse. They do not fuse or lose their identity during the sexual act. Now the next one is gametangial copulation. In gametangial copulation, in this process, you can see in the figure, the gametangia come in close contact. One gametangium is this one, another is this one. So in this process, two gametangium come in contact and their walls at the point of contact dissolve. You can see that this is the point where walls of both the gametangia contact with each other. So at this point where they contact with each other, at this point their walls dissolve and their contents mix. Clear, children? When this wall dissolve, their contents mix. The two gametangia ultimately fuse and resulting in karyogamy. Now the next one is spermatization. In some advanced fungi, sex organs are completely absent and the sexual process is done by the union of minute spore-like spermatia, that is male gametes, and specialized receptive hyphae, that is female gametes. And the last one is somatogamy. In some fungi, sex organs are not formed, but two vegetative cells or two hypha, you can see here, two hyphae, one this one and this one another one, two hyphae take over the sexual function and fuse together. Is it clear? Now next topic which we are going to discuss is classification of fungi. Most of the earlier systems of fungal classification were based on thallus organization and cell wall composition, kinds of asexual spores, presence or absence of sexual reproduction, and nature of the life cycle. However, in more recent systems of classification, besides morphological criteria, host specialization, physiological, cytological, serological and biochemical characters are also taken into consideration. Clear, children? More than 1 lakh recognized species of fungi are included into 4 main groups: Zygomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes and Deuteromycetes, divided into 4 groups: Zygomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes and Deuteromycetes. Let's see the characteristic features of group Zygomycetes. Zygomycetes, also known as Zygomycotina or the conjugation fungi. They are mostly terrestrial in habitat, living in soil or on decaying plant or animal material. The hyphae are aseptate of this group and cynocytic. They usually produce asexual spores at the tips of specialized hyphae, that is sporangiophores, that extend into the air. These fungi do not have motile cells. Clear, children? These fungi do not have motile cells, that is zoospores, in any stage of their life cycle. The group is named Zygomycotina due to the presence of tough resistant zygospores that are found by the fusion of two compatible gametangia, usually under adverse conditions. Mucor and Rhizopus are two important members of this group. This is the image of Rhizopus, commonly known as bread mold. The mycelium which appears as white cottony growth is cynocytic and profusely branched. Three types of hyphae, stolon, rhizoids and sporangiophores. You can see this. Sporangiophore, rhizoids, and this is stolon. This one is stolon. Are recognized in the mycelium. You can see in the figure. They bear terminal sporangia, you can see terminal at the tip of the hyphae, and are thus reproductive in function. Rhizopus reproduces by vegetative, asexual and sexual methods. Now the next group is Ascomycetes, which is also known as Ascomycotina or Ascomycota. They are also known as sac fungi. Clear, children? In Greek, ascos means sac and myx means fungus. So it is also known as sac fungi. It includes familiar members like yeast, blue and green molds of blue cheese and citrus fruits, cup fungi and edible morels. Like other fungi, Ascomycota are heterotrophs and obtain nutrients from dead or living organisms, means they mainly occur as saprophytes or parasites. They are the largest group. Clear, children? They are the largest group of about 30,000 species and are relatively more advanced and more complex. Fruiting body of Ascomycetes is known as ascocarp, and spores present inside the ascocarp is known as ascospores. These are some members of this group. Yeast, this is Aspergillus, this is Penicillium. As you know that yeast is a microscopic unicellular organisms. They are present in the soil, water or on the surface of plants and on the skin of humans and other animals. Like other fungi, yeasts obtain food from the organic matter around, and they secrete enzymes that break down the organic matter into nutrients they can absorb. They reproduce by vegetative, asexual and sexual means. In unicellular forms, fission, fragmentation and budding are the most common methods of vegetative propagation. Asexual reproduction usually takes place by means of conidia formed at the tip of a special hyphae called conidiophores. Already I have shown this structure. And sexual reproduction takes place by gametangial copulation, gametangial contact, somatogamy or spermatization. All these processes we have already discussed. Now next group, Basidiomycetes. Basidiomycetes are supposed to be higher or most advanced fungi. They form a large group of near about 25,000 species. The name refers to a curious club-shaped structure called basidium, which formed at the end of certain reproductive hyphae. The mycelium is branched and septate. When we see the network of hyphae, we can see that branches are there and septa is present. One important point I want to tell you that this is the second most commercially used group, because mushroom belongs to this group only, and you know that we all like mushrooms. So this is the second most commercially used group. Vegetative reproduction takes place by the process of fragmentation. Okay, now 2 points are important. That first one, that asexual spores are generally not found. Clear? In Basidiomycetes, asexual spores are not found. And the second important point, that the sex organs are absent. Clear? In competitive exams, these type of questions come from this part. Okay, so the sex organs are absent. Next, plasmogamy takes place between two vegetative or somatic cell of different strain or genotype, and dikaryotic mycelium is formed. Clear, children? Which give rise basidium, where karyogamy and meiosis takes place. It means there will be simple reproduction because asexual spores are not found, already I told you, and sex organs are also absent. So if simple reproduction will be there, then what we say? We say somatogamy. So plasmogamy is brought about by fusion of two vegetative or somatic cells of different strains. Means two hyphae will fuse and diploid condition will be formed. Clear, children? Then that phase will be known as dikaryophase, and the resultant structure is dikaryotic, which gives rise to basidium. Clear, children? Then in basidium, diploid nucleus will divide and will form basidiospores. Karyogamy and meiosis, both processes occur in basidium only, where diploid condition change into haploid. Basidium are arranged in basidiocarp. Students, fruiting body of Basidiomycetes is known as basidiocarp, and the spores will be known as basidiospores. Clear, children? Basidium produce exogenous basidiospores. Exogenous basidiospores means spores originating from outside. Basidiospores are haploid, and some common members are agaricus, mushroom, astilago, puccinia, bracket fungi or puffballs. Puccinia and astilago are two important parasitic fungi of this group. In front of you, this is leaf rust. Generally it is common in wheat plant, which is caused by puccinia. This is smuts, which is caused by astilago. These are responsible for destructive diseases in cereals, causing enormous economic losses. Now the last group is Deuteromycetes, which is also known as imperfect fungi. Why it is known as imperfect fungi? Because sexual reproduction is absent. Till now, we don't know that sexual reproduction takes place or not. That is the reason that it is known as imperfect fungi. The mycelium is septate and branched. Hypha, you know that in hypha, if septa is present, then it is known as septate and branches are there. They reproduce asexually by conidia. Members are saprophytes or parasites. Large number of them are decomposers. Most of the members of this group are decomposers. They help in mineral cycling, and some examples are Alternaria, Coletotrichum and Trichoderma. Trichoderma can digest cellulose on a large level. In front of you there is a potato plant in which you can see a disease. This disease is known as early blight of potato, and this disease is caused by Alternaria solani.